Hi guys, this is Michael from the Board Games Chronicle. Today I have the pleasure of presenting to you 1 Hour World War II, a game published by Worthington Publishing, and designed by Clint, Warren Davey. Clint is a good friend of mine. We worked also on another game he designed about the post-World War II uprising in Germany. You will see this published pretty soon, and we also cooperate on some other games. However, today the focus will be exactly on this title. What I would like to do today is kind of an unboxing and overview video. That means that we will not only look at the beautiful components, and believe me, Worthington Publishing, quality of producing increased enormously along couple of last years. I have some of their first games and I have the recent ones, and they are really, really cool. And this will not only be about the components, but we talk about also the basic game mechanics. Maybe not everything, but some fundamental mechanics. Then we most probably will do some kind of a teach and play video. This game is pretty well suited for the solitary game, and maybe some strategies and tips. First of all, box. The box is nice. This is a deep box with a beautiful background showing here all 5 factions which will be taking part in the war. So Japan, Germany, USA, UK, Soviet Union. But also shows you the number of players. So this is from 2 to 5. It says low solitary suitability, although I believe I can play almost every game solitary. The map is not overly large. This is a strategic view on this conflict. It's a pretty quick game. It might not be 1 hour in your first attempt. Be careful of this. Still, this is a really good title for the midweek play when you don't have so much time like during the weekend, and you would like to bring to the table something for multiple colleagues who just happen to visit you. So this is perfect for this. Although, as we shall see, there is a lot of deep thought put into some of the mechanics. So this game is simple, but not simplistic. This is exactly what I want to say. Let's open the box and let's start looking for the components and game mechanics. First thing, which will be kind of a surprise for you, would be that you have 2 rule books. Yeah, the Worthington is pretty generous with the components in this game. This is a small, well-priced game. Still, you have very good quality components and a lot of them. With 5 players, it might be really useful to have 2 rule books because you might want to reference some of the rules, despite the fact that there will be also player 8. So the rule book, first thing which we check is the size, 16 pages max. But it's not 16 pages of rules because we have also some additional information there. First of all, we have introduction, what's in the box, how the map is created. I will talk about the map when I take the map from the box, so we can see there how it's created. We have description of components, not too many. This is not counter-intense game. So we have political will, action markers, turn order markers, and of course the units. So we have infantry. These are the land armies, infantry, armor, but in the base game they were simply used in the same way. And you have the fleets. Then we have nation sheets, and they are very, very important. They are key to the game. And then we would have a game setup. We will not go through this. I will more focus on the game setup when I will be doing the example of play. How to play, so turn sequence, as I told you, is following. Each player can play its action or can pass. The actions are similar for everybody, so this is a build where we create the armies. This is offensive when we attack. The attack can be, in place. It can be from one area to another area. It can be via land. It can be amphibious attack. It can be naval battle, of course. We'll have strategic move and we'll have upgrade. So build, offensive, strategic move, upgrade. Pretty clear, pretty straightforward, and what you would expect from such a game. However, what makes this game unique is possibility for reactions to the particular actions of the player. So we'll go into the details of this when I show you the faction sheets. But the most important idea in this game is, okay, everybody has similar action, but there are different reactions to each action. So the player does the action, and then 1, 2, or maybe even 3 players can react to this, of course, using their action tokens. So there's a tons of reactions. You can see responses. There are many more types of responses than basic actions. Then we have description of the battles. We will talk about it in a moment, but I'm really glad that Clint gave you 2 types of resolution of the battles. One is with dice, and the other is diceless, so more like chess, where you have full information. Yeah. Then we have a bit about stacking, control, and supply. Supply is critical. Sometimes, in order to prevent your opponent from attacking you with a superior army, it's not by simply attacking this army or building up your resources. It might be simply by destroying their supply line, and then they cannot move their army forward. Historical, very much indeed. Supply lines, yes, of course, and then victory. How the victory is achieved in 2 ways. If either side controls 2 enemy capitals at the same time, they will immediately win. And at the end of each turn, the difference in victory points on map are being checked, and the political will is adjusted accordingly. And if one of the sides' political will reaches 0, they lose. And now, what this game has, and what I really like, is a really big number of possible optional rules. Dice-free battles, higher political will, variable setup, and something which we should have here. Of course, special action and responses. So we have basic set of actions and pretty vast set of responses, but the game comes with additional possible actions and responses. So Germany has like V2 rockets, SS Panzer Corps, Meinstein, jets, Hungary. Japan will have Kamikaze, Yamato, Co-Prosperity Sphere, and Indian Uprising. UK will have French Resistance, Monty, and Radar. Soviet, Russian Winter, Zhukov, People's Republic, and USA will have Manhattan Project, Patton, and War Bonds. So these things will spice up the game once you play a couple of times and you know how it plays, and it can also adjust the difficulty. I really like that this was added here, those options which I showed you before and those special actions, because with a game which lasts 1 hour, playing this 1-2 times consecutively will probably be, maybe boring is a too strong word. Repetitive. Repetitive is much better, yeah. It could be repetitive. So in order to prevent it, Clint brings a lot of interesting stuff. Then designer's notes, very interesting insight. I actually was present with Clint and during his design process. He was doing this mainly on X, Twitter. A lot of people contributed with their ideas, a lot of people commented. I think it was a really cool way of nailing down some rough edges of this game and being so open with the wargaming community. I really appreciate it. Then a bit more of designer notes, and of course historical accuracy and victory conditions and scale, which is also important to read. This is a very high level strategic game, let's be honest, and as such it has some simplifications. Still, I believe it really nicely reflects the struggle which took place like 8 years ago. Very interesting piece of discussion: dice or no dice? So yeah, something you can choose. So this is the rule book, pretty straightforward. And now we have the 5 player faction, maps, sheets, I don't know how to call it. The fifth is here. So, Soviet Union, USA, Japan, UK, Germany. How is it created? First of all, you would have actions here: build, offensive, strategic move, upgrade. The build and offensive can be upgraded, and those upgrades allows you to build more and to have some, additional bonuses in the battle with Air Force, Naval, Aviation, and so on. You will have two types of units here, the spent ones and reserve ones. The reserve ones can be moved with a build action to the map. The spent, you first need to put them to the reserve and then on the map. And the most important part of the game, to each action which Germany can do, there could be reactions, and they are stipulated in the order. So, for example, if Germany attacks and executes their offensive, then first of all the Soviets have option to do the counter-offensive, then the Soviets have option to do not one step back, and then the Germans have an option to do the blitz, so continue with the offensive. Remember, your number of actions in the turn is limited. So if you start to play a lot of reactions, you will be pretty quickly out of play during your turn. But maybe this is what you wanted to do. And as you can see, the reactions are different for each and every faction. Now, it might be you might say it might be a bit problematic to remember. Okay, how could I react to USA? Oh, how could I react to Japan? Oh, how could I react to UK? There is a solution to this. I will show you in a moment. Let's have a look at the back of those player mates. I like it. Pretty nice, and it reflects simply each and every of those factors. Really nice. Really, really cool. Here it is. The answer to the question which I just asked. We have 5 player aids because there is maximum of five players. And now those player aids gives you all your reactions in one place. So if you are a German player, you can see that for the UK, for offensive, your reaction can be Kampfgruppe. So you don't need to look up, okay, dear colleague, show me what do I have for your, for example, offensive reaction. No, you have your player aid and you see, okay, this guy played this, I can do this. This played this, I can do this. This is what I played, this is what I can react to my own action. This is also possible. So yeah, this is really cool. So this is German and Japanese responses, and these are the United Kingdom, Soviet and United States responses. Two more things which you have in the player aid. You have turn sequence, so actions and responses, scoring end of turn, pretty straightforward, and the battle procedure. We will be going through this in the teach and play video. Just enough to say this is pretty straightforward, although probably the most important part of the game. So very informative, I know, player 8, I like it. Now the counters. How many sheets of counters do we have? How do you think? 1, and not full. Yeah, this is not a counter intense game. So what do we have here? First of all, we have armies and fleets, as I told you. 1 level armies and 2 level armies. They are harder to build, they cost more, but they have more power, and with a stacking limit of 3 units, this is the way how you can increase the number of your force in particular area. You can see that the Germans have a very nice panzer armies. The UK have a nice fleet. This is not UK, the German has a nice fleet, and the UK have nice land army and nice fleet. The US is out of question, of course. A pretty powerful land army and 2 naval armies. The Soviets have 2 pretty powerful land armies. Then we have the tokens which shows you the turns, the order. Then we have the action. cheats, the turn, alit, and axis, political will, and then we have those additional, optional actions and responses which spice up the game. Really, really nice looking. Oh, and it actually tells you what you can do. As I told you, there are a lot of combinations in which you can play this game. Then we have a map. In a moment I will show it to you. And then we have, I would say, already classical Worthington storage solution. You almost always get it now. These cubes will be used for upgrades, and we have 2 dice which will be used for resolution of battles, should you decide on the dice variant. So, time to have a quick look at the map. The map is not overly large, and it is not supposed to. As I told you, this is a simplification for the strategy level of a game. Let's see what we have here. We have political will track, we have turn order, we have turns. We start in 1940. So unfortunately Poland is already conquered by Germany and Soviet Union in 1940. Both sides, remember, partitioned our country. The map key. The capitals are with the flags. So of course we have US, UK, Germany, Moscow here, Japan. We have also some other victory spaces with a star or symbolizing the country, China, Italy and France, so they can also score you victory points. And remember, the difference in victory points at the end of a turn shows the shift in political will. Important thing is that you only look into the difference which does not count the home spaces. So these are the home spaces, so they don't count for victory points for Soviets. These are the home spaces for Germans, so they don't count for victory points. You only see at the net change from the beginning of the game. You will see these are the sea connections, these are the land connections, and this is a restricted connection which can be only used by the Soviets. Pretty straightforward map with a lot of interesting things which can happen. Look here, in order to attack France, you do it from the North Sea. This is, of course, amphibious landing. You have Atlantic Wall, which prevents the easy landing here. If you look here, you see the straits. So in order to sail through this, you need to control those two. Yeah, there are some victory points in the Pacific, of course, Australia, North Africa, a lot of stuff. There's enough space for both sides to have forces in one area, and the maximum number of forces in one area is 3 per side, so should be completely okay to fit it all here. Okay, I believe for the unboxing and the overview we will finish it, because I can talk much more about this game, and I will do it, but in another material, which will be kind of a teach and play, where I will show you how to play this game. We'll play a turn or 2 and we'll see what will happen. Will be very interesting. Okay, that's all for today. This is 1 hour World War II. Very cool game, fast playing, deep in, let's say, possibilities, pretty easy with the rules, with some tweaks here and there which you need to pay attention to. So still read carefully the rulebook, and should you have any questions, check the Board Game Geek forum. The author is very active there, so if you'd like to verify anything, please do. That's all for today. Thank you very much for being with me. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, don't hesitate, give thumbs up. If you'd like to see more content like this, please subscribe. That's all for today, and we shall continue with 1 hour World War II. Bye.